Back with another video. So in today's video, I'll be giving my thoughts on this Billboard report where it states that Jay-Z leads 16.5 million investment in pizza making robots. It says the money will support Stella's Pizza first truck to launch at USC this fall. So it appears as though that Jay-Z is now investing in robots, and he received a little bit of pushback from what I've read, on Facebook when I seen this post initially. And a lot of people were bothered by the fact why aren't you employing humans? And a lot of humans are out of work right now, and people need jobs, so on and so forth. But you know it's a new day and age. Technology is evolving by the day. And I had a conversation with my brother, and we would just talk about how technology is taking over the world. I'm always more so, have a futuristic mindset. I'm always thinking far ahead in the future. So we would just have discussions, me, him, and one of his friends. We were out at the pool hall, and I was just telling him how a lot of these, how this pandemic and things is kind of orchestrated in a sense, and that they're planning ahead to eventually get rid of humans. And I proposed a few business ideas to both my brother and his friend. They pretty much shut the door on my ideas because they always, they're prisoners of the moment for the most part. They'd be like, nah, that's not going to happen. And, if they do that, then people will be without jobs. And, they were telling me, hey, why would you want to do that? Because then, because of me and my brother, we own a business. So he was like, well, if you guys go into, start to use technology, and, do you realize that a lot of the people that work for you, that will, you're creating jobs, you're helping people. I was like, yeah, but if I don't do it, someone else will. So if I have an opportunity to make a boatload of money, especially FU money, if I could get to that position to where I could make that, then it's no hard feelings, because at the end of the day, self-preservation is the law of the land. Like, I need to focus on me first. But it says Jay-Z venture capital arm Marcy Venture Partners has led a $16.5 million fundraising round for Stella Pizza, a mobile pizza restaurant run by robots that aim to open at the University of Southern California, USC, this fall, according to a statement from Stella Monday. Founded in 2019 by a team of former SpaceX engineers, Stellar uses a truck outfitted with an assembly line like robots, device that can make up to 420 pieces in a day. Wow, 420 pieces at all in one day. Um, to me, that's phenomenal. I like that idea. I don't care who make the pizza, whether it's an alien, whether it's a robot, whether it's a dog, a cat. I don't care who makes it. If it tastes like Domino's, or if it tastes like Litos, or if it tastes like Papa John's, bro, can you imagine a robot making a pizza that tastes like Papa John's, bro? I'd be crushing him. Like, I'm going to be crushing. I'm always been into technology. I've always been into computers since I was young. So this right here for me is just so fascinating. I always knew that it would get to this point. I know that technology is going to run the world. I'll be on Amazon. I sent my brother like an Astro robot, because Amazon has like this little robot that, uh, you know, pretty much do all the duties around the house for you that you really too lazy to want to do. And then people always say, oh man, like this generation is lazy, lazy, blah, blah, blah. But, things change. Just think about many years ago, right? When, you know, uh, the people that came before us had to hand wash their clothes. Like, I don't want to say during slavery, but back during those times where things weren't as advanced as they are now. So just think, have people, had to literally go out there and hand wash clothes. Now they're looking at us like, man, y'all lazy. Like y'all could just throw y'all clothes in the wash machine, and you could just let it dry in the dryer, or if you don't have to use, you don't have to physically wash dishes no more, right? Like you have a dishwasher. So it's just things become far more easier as time evolved. A lot of this stuff has already been planned before now. So it's like they've been working on stuff. Like I had a debate in the conversation. I was just having this conversation with someone on Facebook, and they was like, well, they don't think this is going to work because you're going to need technicians. You're still going to need people, right? So I countered by saying, well, you have to realize like they've been testing this technology for quite some time now. Like if you were to order the Astro robot from off of Amazon, right? If you were to order the Astro robot from off of Amazon and it's in your house, and and it so happens to have a malfunction, then you could easily you know, just send it back, right? You either send it back, and they're just going to send you a new one. That's just how it works. But I'm gonna finish it off. I think this is a brilliant idea, um, and I think that because when you go into this stuff is just happening now, and I'm the type of person that when I see things, I put two and two together. I say, oh, this gonna be what's gonna happen in the future because it's happening now. So one would think if you're smart enough, you say, okay, this is going to start to, evolve into something. Like even when you go to stores, there's self checkouts now. You go to the grocery stores. So they don't really need people as much anymore, like just for little necessary things. So lastly, robots in restaurants is becoming a growing trend. Absolutely true. Like especially at the height of the pandemic, you seen in Denny's they had their own little like robot waitresses and robot waiters, and they would come take your orders. They wouldn't prep the food or cook the food, anything like that. However, they would take your order at the table, and then they'll go back and they'll sit the food. The chefs would sit the food on top of the robot, and then the robot just bring the food to you. But it says with advocates saying the machines can make more reliably delicious food cleaner and faster than humans can, adding current labor shortage in major chain restaurants like Chipotle, White Castle, and Wing Zone are hiring robots to handle certain repetitive tasks. A lot of people are upset at Jay Z. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Jay Z fan, but like of course, he's been like a cultural icon, and he's influenced uh, an entire generation just musically. Like he got a lot of songs that I do love, but I'm not gonna act like I'm the biggest fan. I'm not even into rap music like that no more. But I commend Jay Z. Tip my hat to him for this. Jay Z is a visionary, and he's just playing the long game. I mean, why would I pay? I mean, it's just common sense. Why would I pay someone 17, $18, $19, when I could just save, cut costs and just create my own technology and, my own machine, and it'll do the work for me. It'll get rid of a lot of people, but at the same time, people just have to be creative. And, if you're creative like myself, then you'll find, you'll know how to adapt. You'll figure out ways. Like there's always a way. $16.5 million is simply just chump change to Jay-Z. He probably would spend that on a car, or, put that into his kids, savings, but that's a small investment into something that's probably going, he's going to recoup that money, and that's going to generate more money. He's probably going to see more than 10 times more than 16 million. Turn 16 to 100 million, 200 million.